Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bellalina Boutique. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me in my craft room today. We are going to be creating a gift set of coasters that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be creating a little box from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to embellish, and that's going to house these. Now, they come two to a pack, and there's a cork background on them, as you can see, and the front is very nice and smooth and easy for decoupaging. Now, these beautiful vintage postcards were gifted to me by one of my followers, and I absolutely adore them. They are so sweet. Look at the little girl there eating her figgy pudding. And the vintage Santa, this one might be my favorite with the little elves. And another little girl with her packages and the vintage Christmas tree. Another vintage Santa. And there he is, flying in the sky. A vintage Christmas tree, and I don't think I used that one. I think I kept that one out, but we're going to get started here, and we are going to create these sweet little coasters to go into this gift box. Now, this gift box was purchased at the Dollar Tree. It's really sweet. It's got um, the postage stamp on it and little Rudolph flying in the air. Now, see how nice those fit in there? They're perfect for that box. So what I did was I took my pencil and I just positioned the coaster over the area that I would be cutting on the postcard. And then I traced a line all the way around. So that line would be cut out and eventually decoupaged onto the coaster. And of course, I do it to all four coasters. And once that part is complete, you just cut out all the circles. And cutting out a circle, you just take your time, go slow, and enjoy the process. Now, you could use a napkin or a vintage Christmas card, anything you really think is decor worthy, and you can make them for different seasons as well. Okay, now once you have them all cut out, you're going to want to place them in the center of your coaster. And you're going to want to use your decoupage medium of choice. I ended up using Mod Podge on this. These are nice and thick, and so they're not going to crinkle or crease or any of that, but I just poured on a little bit of Mod Podge. I keep my Mod Podge in a little honey pot that was given to me by one of my followers, and it pours out very nicely. So you want a nice, even thin coat, not too thick, just a thin coat, and you just spread it around very evenly and place your cutout right on top and press it down a little bit just to make sure that it's on there well and it doesn't overlap anywhere. And you're going to see a pattern here because the process is the same for all four. Once you get that one done, you go on to the next one and you decoupage each one on. Now, if one overhangs slightly, you can always just trim it off a little bit with your scissor. That's not a problem. Next, I'm going to go around the perimeter of each of the coasters with a paint that I love from Folk Art. It's called Treasure Gold, and I get it at Walmart. You can get it, I believe, at Hobby Lobby as well. And I'm doing the edge of the coaster, and I also go in just with a little bit of a dry brush around the edge of the photo. Gives it a little vintage feel and kind of frames the photo out in gold. Really pretty. And as I said, you're going to need to do this with all four. So it's just a repeat of the process with each coaster. And once you're done with that, you're going to dry it up a little bit. Just make sure that the gold is not on your hands so it doesn't get on any of the other part of the project. And once that's done, we're going to move on to decorating the box. We're going to make it very festive to go with the festive coasters, right? Now, I absolutely adore this Dollar Tree box. It has its own little vintage vibe, has the Santa stamp on the front of it, and we are going to decorate the inside with none other than that jolly old elf himself, but Santa Claus. I just downloaded a free printable off the internet, and I think this Santa is very vintage-esque. And so I'm going to just decoupage him to the inside of the flap so that when it's opened, you know full well that this is something special for Christmas. Now, this was just copied on copy paper from my printer, so it's a little bit thinner than the postcards that we used on the coasters. So I'm making it nice and thin and even coat on the flap so that it doesn't bubble when I apply the image. I'm going to give it a quick or very quick dry just so it's kind of just more tacky. We don't want anything wet with this because it will bubble. And this is an easy way to get it to get on there and lie flat. No bubbles. Give it the rub. Going around all four sides and making sure all the bubbles are gone, and then applying a little bit more heat. Usually, if there is any wrinkle or bubble or anything, it just kind of irons itself right out at this point. Now, isn't he just the cutest Santa you ever saw? I love the little sparkle in his eye and his little smile. And we are going to take some Dollar Tree furry microfiber cleaners, and we are going to use them to line the box with. So I'm going to use some hot glue, and I'm just going to put it in the bottom of the box, and I'm going to butt it right up next to another one so it'll look seamless. I just love these little microfiber cleaners. They're just so furry, and you can use them for so many projects, for snow or for a beard or for a furry bunny. There's so many things you can do with it. Anyway, that is right where we are going to house our little coasters, and how nice and soft will that be in there? What a great little giftable. And look just how sweet they turned out. They fit snugly inside this box. They just stack one on top of the other. And I'm just fitting them in to show you how I'm going to have it for presentation purposes. And I'm going to put one more little furry cleaner on top. And we are going to add a little bit of candy cane ribbon around the edge of the box, just like that. However, we are going to resin one of these with my UV resin that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it comes with a little UV light. So you just pop open the top and make sure your surface is nice and smooth and dry. And someone asked me recently how you keep your resin from flowing over the side of your coaster. And this is my answer. This UV resin is very, very thick, and you just put it on with a little applicator, and when you get to the edge, it just kind of stops. You just be very careful that you don't put on too much, but you can even take a little stick or a pin and kind of move it about all the way to the edge. And just a little bit like magic, it self-levels. You can take a little stick and push it a little bit closer to the edge, but honestly, you probably don't even need to do that. Just using that point on the applicator that the resin comes with is enough. And then once you put the light on it, it stops it from moving, it cures it. So that's how you keep it from going over the edge. Hopefully that makes sense and answers that question. Now, once you have the resin smoothly applied on your surface, you're going to take the little light that comes with it and you're going to apply that in different spots for about a minute each spot. And what I did was after I did that, I put it inside my little nail UV light and I left it in there for at least 2 minutes and I kept turning it. Now here what I'm doing is I'm just getting rid of any kind of little bubbles or anything like that. It's really super, super simple, you guys. It just is a matter of using the right tools for the right process. And here it's curing the resin on the coaster. Like I said, I did this for a while, for probably, 3 minutes or so, and the resin started to cure. And then I stuck it in my nail UV light off camera and completed the curing process. It was that simple. And just how sweet did this little giftable turn out? I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it gave you some inspiration to think out of the box. Or should I say in the box? Aren't they darling? I absolutely love the way these turned out.